For the first time in over 50 years, humans flew to the moon and made it back. But Artemis II was not just a test flight, it was a signal. The new space race has officially begun, and this time the stakes are higher than ever. Who will own the moon? Who will write the rules? And what kind of future are we building out there? All right, let's just jump right in. Humanity is finally returning to the moon, but you know, this is way more than just another mission. It's a huge moment that's really going to shape our future out there in space. NASA's flight director, Zebulon Scoville, hit the nail on the head when he suggested that public excitement is just as important as the rocket fuel itself. And he's right. This is not just an engineering problem, it's about convincing all of us to come along for the ride. And that ride starts with a historic crew. And take a look at this crew. This is where things get really interesting. The crew itself was a huge shift from the past. I mean, think back to the Apollo era. All American, all men. This team, totally different. It was deliberately diverse. You have got Christina Koch, the first woman to fly to the moon, Victor Glover, the first person of color, and Jeremy Hansen, the first non-American. This sends a powerful message about who gets to explore space now. And it is not just symbolic, right? It is a smart move. It is all about building those international partnerships and getting that public support you need for the long haul. So, after this incredible, nearly 10-day trip, it all came down to this, a successful and honestly a pretty emotional splashdown in the Pacific. The 4 astronauts were home safe. And just as importantly, the technology worked. This was the proof they needed for that next giant leap. What a way to end an almost perfect mission. Okay, so how did this all go down? Let us get into the nitty-gritty of this record-breaking journey. We're going to break down the key moments of this incredible 10-day flight. You can really think of it as this perfectly timed dance between our planet and the moon. So, this whole voyage was a carefully planned sequence of events. It all starts on day 1 with that huge liftoff from Florida. But the real make-or-break moment, that came on day 2. It's called the Trans-Lunar Injection Burn. Basically, it's the massive final push that just flings the Orion capsule away from Earth and sends it coasting towards the moon. And by day 6, they were there, making that historic flyby, even breaking the human spaceflight record. Just imagine seeing the far side of the moon, a view no person had ever seen with their own eyes before. And speaking of records, check out this number. 460,771 kilometers. That's how far the Artemis II crew traveled from Earth, farther than any human has ever been. They officially broke the old record, which had been standing since the Apollo 13 mission, way back in 1970. Pretty amazing. Okay, getting there is one thing, but coming home, that might just be the most dangerous part of the whole trip. I mean, the capsule hits the atmosphere at 33 times the speed of sound. That creates a 6-minute communications blackout as plasma just engulfs the ship. It's intense. From there, it's this perfectly timed sequence. 2 drogue parachutes pop out to stabilize it, then the 3 huge main parachutes deploy to slow it down for a relatively gentle splashdown in the Pacific. Every single step in this sequence has to work, no exceptions. So yeah, Artemis II was a massive success, a huge achievement for NASA and its partners. But it's not happening in a vacuum. This mission really marks a turning point in a brand new race that's heating up, a global competition for who will dominate the moon. And when you look at the major players, you really see 2 very different but very serious strategies taking shape. On one side, you have the US Artemis program. Their big goal is to build a sustainable moon base, something that can last, and use it as a launching point to get to Mars. On the other side, you have China. They have set a hard deadline to land their own astronauts on the moon by 2030, and they're partnering with Russia to build their own moon base. The timelines are getting closer and closer, and believe me, this is going to be a race to watch. This whole situation, this intense competition, it brings up some really big questions. What is our future with the moon going to look like? It's not just about planting a flag anymore. It's about what we do when we get there, and, what kind of species we choose to be. So, what's the real prize in this new space race? Is it all about pure scientific discovery? Is it national pride? Or is it something more tangible, like resources? The truth is, the answer to that question completely depends on which vision for the future we all decide to follow. And it seems like there are really 4 competing visions for what the moon could be. First, there's the frontier view, a new territory to be conquered and, let's be honest, exploited. Then there's the resource view, seeing the moon as a giant depot of materials like water ice or helium-3 to fuel our economy back here. Or maybe it's a refuge, a kind of plan B for humanity if things on Earth go south. And finally, there's the ecosystem view, seeing the moon as interconnected with Earth, something that we have to manage together with shared responsibility, kind of like we do with Antarctica. Each of these paths leads to a wildly different future in space. So, which path will we choose? Because right now, humanity is standing on the brink of becoming a multi-planetary species, and the choices we make today, the ones being shaped by missions like Artemis, are honestly more important than ever. Look, Artemis II proved we can do it. We can go back. The technical problems are being solved one by one, but the biggest question is not about our technology or our engineering skill anymore. It's about our character. It's about our wisdom. As we head back out there into the cosmos, what kind of species are we going to choose to be? What are your thoughts on the new space race? Share them in the comments below. Fresh Science is here to bring you the most exciting breakthroughs from the edge of discovery. If you want to stay ahead of the latest news in science, make sure to hit that subscribe button and join our community. You can find all the scientific sources used for this video in the description below. Keep exploring, keep questioning, and keep learning. Stay curious and stay fresh.